Protests have been breaking out in Michigan in response to Governor Gretchen Whitmer's extended stay-at-home order to slow the spread of coronavirus. Now, people are at their wits' end at this point, even though there are certainly hotspots for COVID-19 in Michigan. People decided to not only participate in this protest, but in some cases do it in a way that puts themselves and others at risk. The protest, dubbed Operation Gridlock, was organized by the Michigan Conservative Coalition and the Michigan Freedom Fund, a DeVos family-linked conservative group. So there was one person, her name is Marion. She's the Conservative Coalition co-founder. She says, citizens are frankly tired of being treated like babies. As adults, we now know what needs to be done to stay safe. So I want to just quickly go to this video that kind of shows what the scene looks like and explains what's going on in greater detail.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer had an order in place early on, and then last Thursday she extended that order, but she doubled down on the things that you could and couldn't do. And that is really what has brought all of this on. Now, if you take a look behind me, Chuck, you can see traffic going blocks down the street. Now, yesterday, this street was empty because it's the street here, Congress Street, right in front of the Capitol in Lansing. Legislature's not in. Everybody's home. But today, it is jam-packed. Now, as you were talking about, when they did this rally, they were saying that they wanted people to stay in their cars. Social distance, honk your horn, bring your truck, but stay in the truck. Well, as you can see behind me here, that has not happened here. A lot of people decided to come on foot. Now, there are a number of differing groups that have decided to go along with this protest, and that's what we've discovered. Because the original group that wanted people to stay in their cars, for the most part, people did stay in their cars, but in this particular instance, other groups joined in as well.
And real quick, Brett, I want to go to the very last graphic because this protest was dangerous in that, in some cases, it blocked entrances to a hospital. So one person posted a picture saying that the Michigan Proud Boys organized a blockade of the intersection at a green light outside Sparrow Hospital. A doctor came out of the hospital to plead with them to let the ambulances through.
They must be proud indeed. So, look, I've said throughout here that we don't want anybody to get it, and it's not an aha thing. A lot of these pastors that came out and said, oh my God, it's no big deal. Jesus is going to cure all this stuff, and I won't get it if I have Jesus with me. Some of them got it. Some of them died. We told you that. And those are all tragic, even though they're ridiculously wrong. Still, they've got families and our heart breaks for them, etc. I say that all that is a prelude to, go ahead and hug each other. These MAGA guys in Michigan who are all getting together. Look, I know you're going to, there's no winning here. They're going to spread it. And I know they got non-MAGA family members and friends. But I mean, they're trying our patience. So they get out there with their stupid Confederate flags, bunch of traitors, idiots go out there, and then they come right up to the reporter. They go next to each other. They're not social distancing at all. It's all right, go get together and make out. Okay, spread it any way you like. Just don't go anywhere near us. Okay? Yeah, there's this enormous divide in this country. There's nothing we can do about it. 40% of the country has decided that they like being ignorant, and they're super proud of it. That's why groups like that are called Proud Boys. Proud to be stupid, proud to be ignorant. So, but they're our neighbors. What can we do with them? But now they're going to spread the virus everywhere.
So I think that there are, I wouldn't even necessarily say two different groups. I think that within this group of protesters, there's certainly incredibly dumb behavior. But the people doing the dumb things, I think, are co-opting a message that we should be a little more sensitive to, because I think people are feeling it all over the country, not just in Michigan. Look, Congress has failed to adequately address the material needs of working class people, okay, average Americans. And so this shutdown has been okay and pleasant for, the wealthy people, for the Nancy Pelosi's of the world who can, retreat to their sub-zero temperature, refrigerator and eat all the ice cream they want. But if you're a working American, if you were already struggling to begin with before this pandemic even struck, the social distancing and the stay-at-home orders are absolutely crippling you and your family, right? And so I think that that's what we're seeing with these protests, like, because people have been told over and over again, the government is not going to help you. They're not out there trying to protect you. You need to fend for yourself. You need to pick yourself up by the bootstraps. But what happens when there are no boots and there are no straps, right? Like, what do you do? And so a lot of these people, yes, they just want to go shopping or whatever, dumb things like that. But a lot of them just want to get back to work because they want to feed their kids. And I think that's part of the discussion that's being left out.
Well, you know, you're more merciful than I am. So yes, there's different groups. The guys blocking the hospital are not the same as the guys in front of the state capitol. The guys staying in their car are not the same as the ones that came out. But really, the ones staying in their car, what's your point? So, like, you're going to go and block traffic for what? So is Gretchen Whitmer's order perfect? No, I don't think so. So if I understand this right, and it's reported by NBC News, it doesn't allow you to travel to your vacation home. But it really, is that a thing? Is that like, how many people have vacation homes and they're outraged that they can't travel to it? And besides which, nobody's going to arrest you. Just drive to your vacation home. Nobody cares. That's not a thing.
It's actually a problem. It actually is a problem, because I had the same reaction to it. And then I wanted to kind of understand the reasoning behind it. And what's happening, let's say in New York, for instance, a bunch of people fled New York. They had coronavirus, and then they went to their vacation homes, to, various like small towns to kind of get away from people. And then they ended up spreading the virus in those towns. So the travel is actually a significant issue, right? And so I think that's what informed her decision to do it. But
I get it. Yeah, I get it, Anna. At the same time, like, I'm giving that as an example of like a thing maybe you're frustrated about because it's taking away your freedom, right? Mm-hmm. But that's not even that. Even if you're super angry about that, you're going to go block the streets about that? No, they just want the whole thing to be over. So I don't want them pretending that they're fighting over little nuances in the stay-at-home order. They don't want the stay-at-home order at all. So the fact that they stay in their cars is kind of ironic. In a sense, the guys who got out of the cars are more true to what the protest is about. If you want the stay-at-home order to end, why wouldn't you get out of your car? If it ends, everybody gets out of their car.
So to your point, though, there definitely are some unsavory people involved in all of this who have the wrong intentions. And we have one more video to show you that. So let's take a look.
I can't go between those houses. You can't buy paint. You can't buy lawn fertilizer or grass seed or whatever. I mean, come on. All statewide? Really?
You know, it's time for our state to be opened up. We're tired of not being able to buy the things that we need, go to the hairdressers, get our hair done.
So my wife was watching the longer version of that video yesterday. They go on to say things like, "They're taking away our freedom, man. Our freedom to get a virus." No, he didn't say the last part. But really, that is what it is in this case. Look, I'm lucky. I'm privileged here, and I'm going to admit my privilege. My wife cut my hair, and it was a fantastic haircut. And I look like a European soccer star, and everyone knows it. But guys, that is not a reason to endanger your life and the life of others. I get it. You're frustrated about staying at home, but we're not doing this for our health. The scientists all agree on it. And finally, much worse than that video was a person who was quoted in the crowd. She said, no, I don't believe these so-called scientists. I hear you get herd immunity if you stick close together. Oh,
I'm a strong believer in herd immunity. That's what she said.
That's not a thing. That's the exact opposite of the truth. And so they start to believe these insane conspiracy theories. Why? Because the right-wing media keeps pushing it out, and from time to time, so does Trump. Stop believing in things that are not true. Science is real, Trump isn't.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.